The Dark Side of Christian History by Helen Ellerby. In fact, the Easter celebrations were so similar to early celebrations, particularly those which recognized the resurrection of the Babylonian Adonis, the Greek Apollo, and the Roman Attis, that a bitter controversy arose with pagans claiming that the Christian Easter celebration was a spurious imitation of the ancient traditions. Okay? The Roman celebration of the birth of the sun god, Mithra, for instance, had also been observed on December 25th, and you guys do the same thing with Jesus. So who's stupid? Who gave the stupid answers, Mr. White? You see, I'm quoting my sources again because I believe. So what are you talking about? No regard for truth. Oh, do you mean no regard for truth because I don't believe in your fake image of the pale man, white man, Jesus, God? Is that why I don't have a regard for truth, sir? Because I quoted my sources. Then he says that Nabil and David did a fine job. Really? If that's the case, you know, the proof that they didn't do a fine job was when Nabil broke down in anger and began to mock, even though I'll admit he apologized, but he only apologized because Sammy called him out on it. You see, the only reason why he apologized for making a mock of Sammy's Arabic accent was because Sammy called him out on it. Sammy told him, he said, see, my brother Shadid talked about why he was disgusted with Christians and Christianity because of the bigotry, and you told him that was not true Christianity, and yet here you go today making a mockery of his Arabic accent. You see, and you have the nerve to sit there and say they did a fine job, Mr. White? Please. Okay? And David, too, coming with this arrogant, pompous, arrogant attitude, this typical, as I said, Anglo-American arrogance about, oh, you know, well, they learned over there, so therefore, all right, please. He said, we mangled and destroyed the Greek language. Again, sir, first of all, we weren't claiming to be the experts. That's why we gave the references to where we were getting our the translation of the Greek. Just like Sammy told you. He said, if it's wrong, then you challenge the people whom he referenced as his source. And I'm saying the same thing. I gave my reference for where this is. And see, what he did, everybody, was give us all they did the whole weekend, every one of them was give us these logical fallacies. You see? Every time we gave a source, they played the logical fallacy of poisoning the well, which is trying to discredit an opponent's sources. Okay? Nabil did the logical fallacy of appeal to the people, trying to appeal to the audience, which was majority Christian, duh. You see? Mr. White, in his arrogance, used the logical fallacy of argument from authority, claimed that the speaker is an expert and so should be trusted. So, I mean, Mr. White, please, okay, really. You see? They did a lot of appeals to anonymous authority. Oh, everybody says that it's a historical fact that Jesus died. Everybody says it. Everybody says it. Yeah. And then people, a whole bunch of other people who said that he didn't die. Okay? There's no proof for it, etc. You see? He used the logical fallacy, Mr. Nabil, statement of conversion. They did the logical fallacy of appeal to widespread belief. And they also used the logical fallacy of argument by selective observation, cherry-picking the enumeration of favorable circumstance, only picking the historical sources that support their claim, but ignoring the fact that there are many other historical facts that say that there is no evidence for Jesus' death or being crucified. You see? So we already addressed the no parallels between pagans and Christianity. And he said, well, look, in Osiris' story, there's the resurrection. So what about you Muslims? Muslims don't believe, Mr. White, that God came to earth as a man, died, and was resurrected. We don't believe God resurrected, sir. Okay? So we believe that humans will be resurrected. But we don't believe that God died and resurrected. You believe that, sir. So you're going with a stupid answer. And I'm speaking like this because, see, you know, at first I thought you were the scholar and the gentleman, but then when I see the arrogance and I see you made this stupid video, I said, well, fine. Why should I be nice? Why should I come at them with a nice attitude? And by the way, David and Nabil, the whole weekend, wanted to make it clear that they weren't about this nice discourse anyway. On the first day, David spoke to the audience and said, hey, this is not, a Christian-Muslim dialogue, and, so they wanted to make it clear that they weren't about that. Even Nabil came to me privately and whispered in my ear, you know, I want you to understand that this is not going to be a dialogue. And I'm like, okay, you know, right, fine. You want to do battle? Let's do battle then. Fine. It's not going to be a kumbaya session, and we're not going to talk about the similarities. You know, let's do battle. I have no problem with that. Let's do battle. And we did battle. We did battle, and we won our cases, I'll say. We won our cases, and the videos will show it. From all my subscribers and friends, when we get our copies of these videos, we're going to put them up, and you see for yourself. You see for yourself. Okay? And lastly, again, he says no concern for truth. Again, you know, I believe that the books that I have on my bookshelf and that I read here, I believe them to be telling the truth. If so, if not, I would not have quoted them, sir. So the claim that we have no regard for the truth is nonsense. I believe you are the ones with no regard for truth. You are the ones trying to spread your false God, your image of this. And I repeat it again because that's exactly what Christianity teaches. And the church I went to proves it. The church that we debated in proves it. You want the world to believe in your fake image of this Caucasian man God that you believe in. If you feel that because I challenge that I have no regard for truth, then so be it. So be it then. Yes, I have no regard for your fake Caucasian God man you call Jesus today. That's right, Mr. White. So everybody, that's my response to Mr. White's video. You know, he says they did good. Believe me, they did horribly. They did horribly. Okay? Even in his debate with Nader Ahmed, a man came up and said, you know what? He didn't hear any convincing proof from either side. He didn't say, including Mr. White. One of the gentlemen came and he said, you know what? I didn't hear convincing proof from either one of you. Neither from Nadir or from Mr. White. And I agree. When I listened, I didn't hear convincing evidence either. So, Mr. White, please, okay? That's my response, okay? We are here to spread the truth. So, you know, you want to do battle? Well, then let's do battle then. Let's do battle. Let's bring the books and the information, and let's do battle. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.